It had been a long week for me. After days of not being able to sleep, I decided to do something about it. The corona was getting to my head. I mean, it would drive anyone crazy. Her nightmares weren't gonna stop, so she knew there was only one last thing that she could try. That would be trying new things. First day of driving in quarantine. Amelia was nervous. She only had driven a couple of times. She put her car in drive. She looked in her mirror, checked her back, and prepared to drive. I'm freaking out right now. It's okay. I mean, yeah, I was scared. Like, what do you expect? But I knew that I had to do something. She tried to reassure herself, but she knew there would be bumps along the road. No, you think it stopped there? Look, my nightmares were bad. I had to do something else. Playing the piano was next on her list. Could she do it? We would see. First note. I kid you not, it was not easy, but I was not one to give up and let this nightmare affect my whole life, especially now in quarantine. I was gonna keep doing it. This is legit so hard. But hey, I kind of figured it out. It wasn't getting easy. As time went on, she started getting frustrated. She took more turns, more tries, but nothing seemed to help. She began to question whether or not this was worth it, whether or not her time should be spent on this. But she knew she couldn't let the corona win. This is the day. This is the day. This is the day I'm gonna get it. She gave herself one last chance. It was just the beginning. I swear to you, I was this close to getting it, and I almost had it. She had more bumps along the road, but she knew that if she accomplished this, she could accomplish anything. The complexity of using two hands to play one song was a lot of work. The only thing that kept her going was the fact that she knew that she could do nothing else but learn new stuff on her own. One last time. It took so many times that at this point I gave myself one last chance. Last time. I got this. This is my moment. I got this. She had succeeded. I was feeling a bit more confident that my nightmare was about to go away, but I wanted to just be sure, so I tried another thing. Can't see. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, there was one point where I sliced my finger on accident. Safety first, kids. The next thing that was on her list was to bake. Once she had her materials, she knew she was ready. She used 2 tablespoons of instant coffee. Next, she would add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Apple break! It's no secret I like apples. Next, she added 2 tablespoons of hot water. Time to bake! It was only a matter of time before she had to mix her materials together. The challenge was going to need much focus. Yeah, it was quite beautiful. Yeah, all I did was put the top layer in the bag and I was gonna snip it and let it do the rest. It was time to make the final product and put everything together. Good amount. Nipping the bag was tricky, but she knew that this was her last task. She took her milk and got ready to apply the coffee. At one point, I was getting this pounding headache. I didn't know what to do, except try one more thing. Her next task was to train her dog how to shake. Now, as easy as that sounded, it was quite risky. She had no idea what she was getting into until she used the treat. Finally, it didn't seem to work. So I knew that my last task was gonna be the last thing that would try to work. The final task was to learn another language.
Nice to meet you. In this series, we are going to learn basic.
Salud.
Her attempt was there, but it took much of a valid effort.
Easiest and the most fun way to learn French.
French was too hard, so she gave up and learned Tagalog,
Nakatira kami
or
sa
attempted.
Georgia. Dalawa ang anak ko, ang pangalan nila is si Emilia at saka si Dylan.
Yeah, it worked. And even though I sucked at it, learning French and Tagalog, at least it worked. She gave it one last try, but after many mistakes, she gave up. At least she could figure out something to do.